So for today, we will be starting our discussion in kinds of criminal investigation. So madaming kinds of criminal investigation, kaya kinategorize natin siya. So the first category is by the nature of the crime or specialization. This is perhaps the most common way to categorize investigations, as different crimes require specialized knowledge, techniques, and resources. So we have first one, homicide investigations. So this focus on deaths caused by criminal acts. So basically, ang term na homicide, hindi lang yung literal na crime na homicide. It's a general term for all kinds of deaths. For example, murder. The actual homicide, parricide, infanticide, ang pinaka, yun na nga, general term niya is homicide. You have to have a certain skill set when you are going to be conducting homicide investigations. Kaya, yun na nga, may separate category din siya. Pero, meron din crimes against persons investigations. Later, didiscuss yan. Then, next is crimes against property investigation, such as burglary. Dito sa Pilipinas, walang burglary. We have robbery, we have theft, arson, and vandalism. And then, eto na nga ang crimes against persons investigations. We have assault. This also includes physical injuries, yung serious physical injuries, less serious physical injuries, yung mga yan. And we also have dito nakalagay robbery. This pertains to robbery with physical injuries, robbery with homicide, yung mga ganyan. And we also have kidnapping. Yang mga yan kasi, kaya nakahiwalay yung homicide. Kahit na ang homicide is a crime against persons, iba ang skill set nga na kailangan mo kapag magkakandak ka ng homicide investigation and other types of crimes against persons investigations. And then next we have sexual violence or abuse investigations. So this is often handled by specialized units due to the sensitive nature and specific victim support needs like child abuse and sexual assault. Kapag nagpunta ka sa police station, merong tinatawag na WCPD, Women and Children Protection Desk. So, kapag child abuse, kapag sexual assault ang mga crimes na iimbestigahan, nakaseparate sila. Pag pumasok ka sa istasyon, merong front desk doon, makikita mo isang malaking libro, kulay blue. Ang tawag doon is blotter book. Kumbaga, lahat ng krimen, lahat ng incidents na nangyayari, nire-record doon sa blotter book. However, yung mga ganito nga, mga sexual violence or sexual abuse na cases, hindi siya nire-record doon. It has a separate logbook. Kulay pink naman yon, and it is stored inside the WCPD office. Yun. So of course, if you are an investigator sa WCPD, kailangan mo ng ibang skill set din as compared to other crimes na hinahandle ninyo. Because these are very sensitive topics. So hindi pwedeng basta-basta lang ang pag-iimbestiga, hindi ba? You have to know the proper language, the proper tone when you are talking with victims, with survivors, di ba? And then we also have fraud investigations. This involves intentional deception for financial or other gain, such as insurance fraud, identity theft, credit card fraud. Then we also have cybercrime investigations. This deals with crimes committed using computers or the internet. Ito ay isang, sabihin na nating medyo bagong krimen kasi dati wala namang cybercrime, 'di ba? Actually, nagkaroon lang naman ng cybercrime law 2012. So, nagkaroon lang din ng cybercrime investigators mga ganong panahon. Kaya masasabi natin medyo medyo bago pa. Okay. Pero hindi naman ibig sabihin hindi competent yung mga investigators natin. Ang iniimbestigahan nila ay mga hacking, online drug trafficking, online harassment, including pornography, yung mga yan. So this often involve complex digital forensics. Depende sa case kung sino ang mag-handle niyan. If you are talking about child pornography, then that would need the expertise of the NBI. Next, narcotics investigations. When we say narcotics, this pertains to drugs, all kinds of drugs na ito. So this focuses on drug-related offenses like smuggling, sales, production, yung pagluluto ng mga drugs, illegal prescription acquisition. Kasi hindi lang naman yung illegal drugs na alam natin, yung shabu, marijuana, yun yung mga drugs na binibenta. Kasi meron ding mga drugs na like yung mga ginagamit sa ospital na they are controlled. The term is controlled. Pwedeng gamitin ng iba. Pero syempre may limitation. So, usually sa doctors, inaalaw sila. For example, if you are going to have a major operation, syempre, 'di ba, yung general anesthesia, hindi naman over the counter 'yon, 'di ba? Yung mga pain meds na medyo, alam niyo na, matindi, 'yon, hindi rin over the counter 'yon. You have to have prescriptions. And if a certain person sells you this controlled drugs, tapos hindi ka naman required na magkaroon ng ganong drugs, so yun, papasok siya sa narcotics investigation. It's a crime. Next, we have organized crime investigation. So this targets criminal enterprises and syndicates. So when we say organized crime, literal na organized sila kasi may organizational chart sila. So pag sinabing organized crime, ito yung mga grupo, mga sindikato na meron, kumbaga, well, yes, pwede nating masabi na meron silang organizational chart kasi bawat isang tao sa kanila may specific na trabaho. Meron silang boss, meron silang deputy, meron pa silang advisor at yung advisor nila, abogado. Ang tawag doon is consigliere. Kung nanonood kayo ng K-drama, yung Vincenzo, si Song Joong-ki, yun, isa siyang consigliere doon sa mafia. He is a lawyer, tapos he advises the mafia. May ganun talaga. Oo. So, yun, part sila ng isang organized crime syndicates. So, when you investigate them, of course, may ibang paraan din ng pag-iimbestiga sa kanila. And then we have white-collar crime investigations. Pag sinabi nating white-collar crime, I'm assuming na discuss na ito sa Criminal Sociology 1 ninyo, sa intro to crime. Kasi ang white-collar crime, these are crimes committed by persons who has a job and that job would allow them to commit that specific crime. In other words, related yung krimen nila sa trabaho nila. For example, this is a very loose description of a white-collar crime, For example, ang isang CEO, ang sabi kasi ay dapat magbigay ng 20 pesos increase doon sa mga empleyado. Ang ginawa ng CEO, nagbigay lang siya ng 10 pesos increase sa mga empleyado, tapos yung remaining 10 pesos, kinuha niya. So, hindi mo naman magagawa yan kung ang trabaho mo is yung nasa lower level ka lang. For example, secretary ka, you file documents, you print documents, or kapag ikaw ay nasa housekeeping, wala kang kakayahang kunin yung mga 10 piso na hindi ibinigay sa mga empleyado kasi nga wala ka sa ganung level. But, yun lang nga, yung CEO, may kakayahan siya. So, yun, that's called white-collar crimes. Related sa trabaho, yung krimen na ginawa. Kasi kung wala siya sa trabahong yun, wala siya sa posisyon na yun, hindi niya magagawa yung krimen. So, these are non-violent crimes committed by individuals or organizations for financial gain, often involving complex financial analysis. So, majority of white-collar crimes are, financial crimes. They are financially motivated. And then we have cold case investigations. Ito yung major requirement ninyo, di ba? So, this re-examines unsolved cases, often violent crimes, using new technologies or fresh perspective. So, when we say cold case, ito yung mga kaso noon pa, nung unang panahon pa, pero hindi siya na-solve. So, ang gagawin is you will reopen, you will re-examine the case. Tapos, yung mga ebidensya, pwede nyong isubject sa mga makabagong teknolohiya. Yung mga technology na wala pa noon, mga hindi pa nag-e-exist noon, para ma-examine nyo ng mas mabuti yung crime. Kasi baka yun lang yung kulang, yung technology, kaya hindi siya na-solve dati. Okay. And then we also have terrorism investigations. So this high priority investigations aimed at preventing and responding to terrorist acts. Then, second category natin sa kinds of criminal investigation is by the investigative approach or status of suspect. The first one is reactive investigation. Then the second one is proactive investigation. So, anong difference? Pag sinabi nating reactive investigation, this is the most common type. This is initiated after a crime has been reported or discovered. The investigation reacts to an event that has already occurred. Yun ha, the event has already occurred. Nangyari na yung krimen. Tsaka ka pa lang mag-iimbestiga. Report muna, discovery muna ng crime, tsaka ang investigation. So, paano to ginagawa? Merong iba't ibang paraan. Number 1 is walkthrough. Suspect is easily determined and located. Alam mo na kung sino ang gumawa. Alam mo rin kung nasaan siya. Huhulihin mo na lang. Okay. Second is, where are they? Suspect has been tentatively identified but has not yet been located. Alam mo, kilala mo kung sino yung gumawa ng krimen pero hindi mo alam kung nasaan siya. Kaya kailangan pa ng further investigations. And then, who done it? Sinong gumawa? No suspects are initially identified. This requires extensive investigative work to determine the perpetrator. Hindi mo kilala kung sino ang gumawa. Kaya definitely, hindi mo rin alam kung nasan siya kasi hindi mo alam kung sino siya eh. Ito yung iba't ibang uri ng pagkakandak ng reactive investigation. And then we have proactive investigation. So these are investigations designed to prevent crimes or catch criminals in the act of committing a crime. This often involves intelligence gathering, surveillance, undercover operations, and sting operations. So bago pa mangyari ang krimen, andyan na, nagsimula na ang investigation. So merong tinatawag na decoy operations. These are of blending and decoy types to catch criminals in flagrante delicto. Ang gusto mong result dito is that mahuli yung tao in the act. Kaya nga in flagrante delicto siya. That's decoy operations. We also have undercover operations. Iba naman to. Usually in the form of buy-bust and entrapment. So buy-bust, bibili ka ng droga mula sa isang tao and then ibabust mo siya, huhulihin mo siya. And then the third category, by the investigator's role. First one is law enforcement investigations conducted by police officers, mga law enforcers nga, detectives, and specialized units within government agencies, FBI, local police departments, PNP, NBI, PDEA, yung mga yan. And then we also have criminal defense investigation. So from the term itself, ito ay investigasyon na ginagawa ng defense. Yung defense ay yung panig ng suspect, nung accused. This is conducted by private investigators or legal teams on behalf of the accused to gather evidence that supports the defense. Ang goal nito is makakuha ng ebidensya para masuportahan yung claim ng defense na inosente yung kliyente nila, na hindi siya yung gumawa. Internal investigations conducted within an organization, for example, a corporation or a government agency, to investigate alleged criminal activity or misconduct by employees, which may then be turned over to law enforcement. So, pag sinabing internal, sa loob lang. So, within the organization lang. Next is components, trichotomy, forms, and categories of criminal investigation. So, dito muna tayo sa components of criminal investigation. The first one is pattern. So this refers to a series of similarities that may link particular cases or indicate that the same person is committing a series of crimes. Kaya nga may pattern na. Tinitignan mo yung similarity. Kasi 'di ba pag may pattern ka nga, inaalam mo ano yung pagkakaparehas, ano yung mga bagay na paulit-ulit na nangyayari. Okay? So this may pertain to a single person na siya lang ang gumagawa ng krimen. Kaya nakikita mo na yung pattern. And then we also have leads. These are clues or pieces of information that aid in the progress of an investigation. So, lead, 'di ba? Pag meron kang leader, siya ang sinusundan. So, eto yung clue na sinusundan mo sa investigation mo. Okay. Then we also have tips. This specifically refer to leads provided by the citizens that aid in the progress of an investigation. So, tips ay galing sa citizenry, sa mga tao. Sila ang nagbibigay ng tips. And then we have theories. These are beliefs regarding the crime based on the evidence, patterns, leads, tips, and other information developed and uncovered in the case. Kumbaga, ano yung nasa isip mong nangyari? Ano kaya yung sequence of events? So, pwedeng pumasok yan sa theory mo. So, as an investigator, you have to, sabi nga last time, diba, dapat malawak ang imagination mo. Pero hindi naman sobrang lawak na out of this world na, no? Kumbaga, enough for you to create your own theory of what might have happened doon sa crime. Next is the trichotomy of criminal investigation. First one is training. So, being a critical factor in developing good and competent investigator is the key to freedom from bondage of ignorance. Ang ibig lang sabihin nun is that para maging mahusay na investigador, kailangan matibay, maganda yung training mo. Parang sa school, 'di ba? Kung maganda ang training mo sa school, maayos yung foundation mo, maayos yung pagkakaturo sa iyo ng mga principles sa criminology, then pagka-graduate mo, pag nag-take ka ng board exam, malaking-malaki ang chance mo na papasa ka one take lang. Okay, kaya mahalaga ang training kasi inihahanda ka niya sa tunay na battle, 'di ba? Second, trichotomy. Tools. To establish facts and develop evidence, a criminal investigator must use these tools. Ano yung tools? Information, interview, interrogation, and instrumentation. So we will be discussing that later on. Then number 3 is technique. essence of tactical strategy in investigation. Kung papaano mo gamitin yung training mo, kung papaano mo gamitin yung tools, that is a technique. Next is forms of investigation. Number 1 is formal investigation. This refers to official inquiry conducted by a government agency in an effort to uncover facts and determine the truth. It is usually considered as some form of inquiry concerning of criminal activity. So from the term itself, formal investigation, kaya official inquiry siya. Kapag may legitimate cause kung bakit nag-iimbestiga, then that's a formal investigation. And then, inquest. So it is an effort to search the basic cause of an incident such as the commission of a crime. Inquisition, a more historical description than a current usage to describe any penetrating investigation concerning a religious issue. Number 4 is probe. Similar to formal investigation, it is an extensive searching inquiry conducted by a government agency. So another term for investigation is probe. And then, research. It is the most employed type of investigation. This refers to the careful, patient investigation done by scientists or scholars in their efforts to identify original sources of data or causes of problem. Pag third year, fourth year na kayo, magkakandak kayo ng actual research ninyo, which is a requirement for you to graduate. Pero we are all researchers in our field, 'di ba? Kasi 'di ba kapag may pinagawang assignment sa inyo tapos hindi nyo naman talaga alam ang sagot. So what you will do is that you will research, 'di ba? That is a form of investigation. And then we have investigative reporting. Relatively speaking, it is a recent type of investigation pursued by the members of the press on their own initiative. It is designed to satisfy two purposes: to attract readers or viewers and to get to the roots of the problem. So investigative reporting, alam nyo, very interested ako dito sa investigative reporting. So ang ginagawa dito is that journalists, they investigate the different causes of crime. Alam niyo yung issue sa Taal, yung mga missing sa Bungeros, 'di ba? That's a work of investigative reporting. So yon, may pag-iimbestiga doon, 'di ba? Hindi lang naman government agencies ang nagkakandak ng investigation. Investigative reporting is pursued by members of the press on their own initiative. Sila lang ang nakaisip noon, sila lang ang gumawa noon, walang nag-utos sa kanila na government agency. Then we have categories of criminal investigation according to John Dempsey. First one, criminal investigation versus non-criminal investigation. So, criminal investigation is carried out by the police. Non-criminal investigation involves non-criminal incidents or events. So, pag sinabing criminal investigation, ginagawa ito ng police kasi meron silang iniimbestigahan na krimen. Ang non-criminal investigation naman, non-criminal nga. Ibig sabihin, hindi siya crime. So, ang iniimbestigahan dito ay other types of incidents or events. Yan, kunwari, mga chismis. Non-criminal investigation yun. Okay. Then, katulad ng nabanggit na natin kanina, reactive and proactive investigation. Pag sinabing reactive, magre-react ka lang. Kailangan meron munang magreklamo. This is initiated on the basis of a complaint or a report doon sa police station bago lumabas yung police at mag-conduct ng investigation. And then we have proactive investigation. These are designed to catch a criminal in the act of committing a crime. So, ang goal dito is hindi pa nagagawa ang krimen nung kriminal at mahuli mo sana yung kriminal. Yun, proactive yun. And then we have overt versus covert. Pag sinabing overt investigation, etong investigation na to is done openly. And kapag covert, it is done in secret. So, remember, letter O, di ba? Overt and covert. So, overt, open. Kita ng lahat yung pag-iimbestiga. Kapag covert, letter C, closed. Hindi nakikita ng lahat yung investigation. It's done in secret. Next, starting points of criminal investigation. So, pag sinabing starting point, saan ba nagsisimula ang investigation? So, una, citizen complaint or victim report. May taong pupunta doon sa police station. So, this is the most frequent starting point. A victim or a witness reports a crime to the police. So, calling emergency services, going to a police station to file a blotter report or incident report. Number 2 is officer observation or officer discovery. A police officer directly observes a crime in progress. Kumbaga, Nakatayo lang siya dyan, tapos nakita niya, sa harap niya, may gumawa ng krimen. Yun, that's officer observation or discovery. Ito yung in flagrante delicto, caught in the act. So, witnessing a robbery, a traffic violation that leads to the discovery of a more serious crime, or finding a deceased person. Yung pulis mismo ang nakakita doon sa krimen. Number 3, informant information. So, pag sinabing informant information, yung impormasyon ay galing sa isang informant. So, information provided by confidential informants, anonymous tips, or concerned citizens who may or may not wish to be identified. Kaya nga, informant sila, nagbibigay lang sila ng information. The number 4 is intelligence gathering or proactive policing. Dito naman, investigations initiated based on intelligence gathered through surveillance, analysis of crime patterns, or ongoing proactive operations targeting specific types of criminal activity, such as organized crime or drug trafficking. So when you say intelligence, ito ay information that has been processed and has been verified already. Kumbaga, in other words, legit itong information na to. Tsaka siya mako-consider as intelligence. Then, number 5, referral to other agencies. A case or information may be referred to a criminal investigative unit from another law enforcement agency, a government regulatory body, or even a private entity. For example, may nagsumbong sa barangay na bata, sinasabi ay pinalaya siya. Tapos nung nag-conduct ng investigation yung barangay, napag-alaman nila, nung tinanong-tanong nila yung bata na binubugbog pala siya nung kanyang magulang, nung kanyang guardians. So, ang gagawin ng barangay, i-refer nila yan. Kasi hindi naman sila ang mag-handle niyan, di ba? Re-refer nila yan sa DSWD, PNP. Yon. Ganun yung referral to other agencies. And then the last starting point of a criminal investigation is discovery of evidence, like in a crime scene. So, the discovery of physical evidence such as a body, stolen property, or a crime scene without an immediate witness or victim report. So, for example, nakita ng isang may-ari ng bahay na magulo yung bahay niya, nawawala yung TV niya, nawawala yung laptop niya, yung mga alahas niya, pati yung cash niya. Then, that's evidence, di ba, na merong krimen na nangyari na ninakawan siya, nalooban sila. So, magre-report siya sa police. So, that's it for this video. I'll make another video for the continuation of this lecture. See you in the next video. Bye.